So we want to discuss further with Dr. F. Perry Wilson, who's an associate professor of medicine and public health at Yale University School of Medicine. Doctor, thanks so much for sharing part of your afternoon with us. What do you make of these claims from Secretary Kennedy that measles outbreaks are not unusual?
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is that this particular outbreak alone is of larger size than the typical sum of all measles outbreaks in a given year in the United States since 2000, when it was declared eliminated. You see about 100 cases per year on average. Some years you do see more throughout the U.S. Primarily, these are cases that are brought in by travelers from other countries where vaccination rates are even lower or non-existent. What we're seeing is this ongoing outbreak in Texas, and given the infectivity of measles, we should certainly be concerned that there could be more spread.
And Dr. Wilson, how are you looking at, just this terrible tragedy, the death of a school-aged child, the first measles death in the U.S. since 2015?
It's incredibly tragic. I mean, we have failed this child. Children should not die of vaccine-preventable illnesses. That's on all of us. I grieve for them. I grieve for their family, but it's an unnecessary thing to happen.
Doctor, how far do you think that this particular outbreak could spread?
Well, I'm fairly concerned. Measles is the most infectious virus that can infect humans. It's more infectious than HIV, than COVID, than the flu. That's why, to achieve herd immunity, you need very broad vaccination coverage, because it's so infectious that any unvaccinated person who kind of is within a whiff of measles can get infected very easily. Given the lowish and declining rates of vaccination for measles across the country, outbreaks like this are that much harder to stop. So hopefully people are adequately isolating themselves, symptoms are being reported rapidly, and we can get a hold on this, but the environment is not very good for this, and measles is just the worst virus for transmission in this setting.
How far could this spread, Dr. Wilson?
Well, you need about 90% plus vaccination coverage to achieve herd immunity for measles. That's dramatically higher than most other viruses. We are, around the country, we see vaccination rates for measles, mumps, and rubella on average south of that. And so the potential to spread is large. The proportion of the population that is vaccinated will slow the spread, because that is a dead end host. Those people do not continue to transmit. So we just have to hope that we get lucky here. 150 cases is feasible to get your public health officials around and be monitoring appropriately and hopefully stop transmission. But I mean, to be honest, I'm worried that in the next, especially if we're going to start increasing exemptions for childhood vaccinations, it may be inevitable that measles reemerges and has to be declared no longer eliminated in the United States.
Yeah, hoping to get lucky is certainly not a public health strategy. I think we all know that. Dr. F. Perry Wilson, thank you so much. We appreciate you.